Alee Becker, in many ways, is like any other teenager. She loves sports, hanging out with her friends and boys. But in other ways, she's an old soul, a girl wise beyond her years. And at 14 years old, she has more of an understanding of the world than most of us. That might be because of what she's lost, or maybe it's from what she's found. Alee Becker is our 2013 Youth Hometown Hero. It started because of love. Alee Becker loved her grandmother, Sharon Brown, and they had a bond like few others. Sharon was her Gammy. They did nearly everything together, had sleepovers, went to the movies, traveled to soccer games, and they teamed up to fight Sharon's cancer together. Gammy was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 2005 when Alee was just 7 years old. She wasn't sure what it was, but she knew something bad was in Gammy, and she wanted it taken care of. She has always been a take charge kind of girl. She immediately grew her hair and cut it off for locks of love. She even painted rocks and tried to sell them around the neighborhood. But she came home in tears because no one would buy them. No one except her Gammy, who bought every single one. That was the first time Gammy was diagnosed with cancer. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be the last. Nearly half of Alee's young life included Gammy's battle to live. 5 years later, her Gammy was diagnosed again with yet another form of cancer. This time, Alee and her younger sister Claudia both grew their hair and cut it off for locks of love. Alee watched her grandmother endure brutal rounds of chemo. She cheered her on when Gammy lost her hair, and then she helped style Gammy in trendy wigs. Alee witnessed the physical and emotional challenges of Gammy's courageous fight against cancer, diagnosis after diagnosis. In March last year, Sharon was diagnosed with cancer for a heartbreaking third time. Only this time it was terminal. Now 13-year-old Alee focused on a more positive way to help her Gammy, other cancer patients, and herself deal with this awful disease. She set out to raise money for patients with cancer and create a last tribute to her Gammy.
One day out of the blue, Alee came to me and she said, I figured out a way that I can help other cancer patients and honor Gam at the same time. And I said, well, how? And she said, well, I was in the shower and it came to me, I want to do a 5K. And I said, what? You want to do what? And she did it.
In addition to the 5K, she added a silent auction and found sponsors to donate the needed items. She took it all very seriously. She made phone calls and went to meetings. She had business cards and flyers printed to advertise the event. She found corporate sponsors who donated ads, banners, and water the day of the race. She recruited volunteers to help, and she promoted the 5K to anyone who would listen. She went from business to business and person to raise funds for an event to honor her Gammy.
The only thing that Alee didn't do on this event was drive because she's only 14, so we were glad to chauffeur her around.
Remarkably, Alee pulled it together in just a few short months.
Gam ended up not making it through her fight, and she died a month before the walk, I think, maybe a little less, but I still went ahead and did the walk just to raise money for cancer patients.
But in those quiet days, as Sharon slipped away, Alee spent as much time as she could with her, describing every detail of the fundraiser. Although she was unable to communicate by then, Alee knows in her heart that Gammy understood every word. The Peace, Love, Cure 5K was held on August 11, 2012, just a short month later, and it was a beautiful sunny day. With the warmth of the sun and a park filled with family, friends, and supporters, Alee felt a little bit of peace, a lot of love, and hope for a cure, because she knew Gammy was with her every step of that 5K. Alee set a goal of $2,500, which was easily surpassed that day. Peace, Love, Cure 5K raised $8,050. Alee donated the money to Mercy Health Foundation with instructions that the money go to help families dealing with a cancer diagnosis, something she knew about all too well.
I just wanted to do this because I had been to previous runs and walks and I had a lot of fun doing them, and also because this was something that I could do on my own and by myself.
But Alee wasn't finished. The day after the race, she started planning the 2013 Peace, Love, Cure 5K, making it an annual event. She had new ideas for the event, like adding a vendor village with booths from area businesses and organizations. She also came up with new ideas for fundraising, like making homemade tile coasters and duct tape wallets and jewelry. The date for the second annual Peace, Love, Cure 5K was moved to April to honor Sharon's birthday month. and was held just last week. This year, the money raised was donated to Mercy Hospital, Lebanon, to help others in our community in their battle against cancer. The event was another huge success, meeting this year's goal of $10,000. That money will go towards helping cancer patients in our community with things like transportation, appointments, wigs, and nutritional support. In 2 years, this 14-year-old girl raised over $18,000 to fight cancer. Never underestimate how much good can come from a young person with a vision and a goal. This event did more than raise funds for cancer patients. It did more than honor a very special grandmother. It transformed this teenager into a beautiful, confident young lady who will stand up in front of crowds and declare what a horrible disease cancer is. It helped her become a positive role model for others, and it shaped her to be someone who takes action. She is someone that all of us can learn from. Alee Becker lost her very special grandmother, but she found a way to make a difference, one step at a time. And she is our 2013 Youth Hometown Hero.